Hi everyone. Today we are going to dive into a topic that is fundamental to sound financial planning and strategic decision making. The difference between financial forecast and financial projection. These two terms are often used interchangeably, but they serve very different purposes. By the end of this session, you will have a clear understanding of when to use each and why that choice matters for your business. Let's begin with a quick overview. Many professionals, especially in startups or small businesses, often confuse forecast and projections. This confusion can lead to a major financial misstep. We will discuss why the distinction matter, the common misunderstanding that arise, and how these differences affect areas like strategic planning, compliances, and risk management. Understanding this distinction is not just an accounting issue, it impacts the quality of decision you will make every day. A financial forecast is like weather report for your business. It gives you most likely picture of your financial future based on current conditions and scenario. It uses historical data, current trends, and any known business plan. For example, if your sales have consistently grown by 10% annually, a forecast might project similar growth unless something changes dramatically. Forecasts are most useful in short term, typically 1 to 2 years, and are often shared with investor, lender, or board members because they reflect the realistic expected outcomes. A good example, if a company is logged into a certain contracts and predict 10% revenue growth, that forms the foundation for its next year budget or investor pitch. In contrast, a financial projection is most like a simulation. It answers what if question. What if we launch in a new market? What if we acquire a competitor? These projections are based on a hypothetical assumptions and are typically used for the internal decision making and long-term strategic planning. They are great for modeling best case, worst case, and even highly speculative scenarios. For instance, projecting $15 million in revenue only works if your company successfully enters a new region or completes a major acquisition. These are possibility, not certainties. Why the difference matters? So why does this really matter? Because using the wrong tool in the wrong context can create real financial consequences. For example, if you use a projection to secure a business loan, but the optimistic assumptions don't materialize, you may not be able to meet your repayment obligation. Forecasts give a realistic financial snapshot for external parties. Projections help you to prepare for the risk and opportunities but should not be confused with what's expected to happen. The difference directly impacts how accurately you assess the risk, communicate with stakeholders, and allocate resources. So both financial forecast and projections are essential, but understanding their distinct role ensures accurate financial reporting. Risk is properly assessed, not underestimated. Valuation remain realistic, protecting both the business and its investor. Communication is tailored to the audience, forecast for trust and compliance, projection for strategy and exploration. When to use? Use a forecast when presenting financials to investor, building a budget, or setting short-term targets. It gives stakeholders confidence in your business, near future stability. Use a projection when reporting new opportunities, planning expansion, or developing long-term strategies. One key warning here: using a projection as if it were a forecast can lead to a false confidence. A great idea on paper does not always align with reality, and projection can overstate potential. So always match the tool to the goal, realism versus exploration. Use the forecast to guide what is likely and projection to prepare for what is possible. And always make clear which one you are using, especially when communicating with stakeholders. Here is a quick side by side comparison to make the distinction clear. Forecasts are predictive, focused on short term budgeting, and based on likely outcome, whereas projections are projective, hypothetical, and suited for long term strategy. Forecasts are less adaptable because they are tied to real trend. Projection, however, allow you to explore multiple paths and potential risk. Forecasts are often used in the external reporting and regulatory filing, while the projections are usually internal tool. They can support the strategic pitch or investment cases. To wrap up, both financial forecast and projections are essential when used correctly. Forecasts help you to manage day to day and set realistic expectation. Projections let you explore growth, mitigate risk, and test strategies. In two simple scenario, forecast means you analyze quarter 1 to quarter 3 sales data to predict quarter 4 cash flow likely and data driven. Projection, you want to model what happens if you expand to a new market, hypothetical, exploratory. In both cases, the tool you choose affect how you plan, communicate, and lead. Use both wisely, and you will have a far stronger grasp on your financial future. Thank you so much for watching.